so important about the race of HIV because 1 in 4 Black trans women are affected with HIV. And we need to hear that we can live normal, healthy, sex-positive lives. You know what I mean? I'm like, sex is good, sex is free. Like, consenting sex, of course.
Of course.
But like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to make
Thanks
fun
for
of
that.
me.
Boundaries are
But,
sexy.
yes, exactly. And so it's just really beautiful. You know, we're in a political year. We're in 2024 where a lot is at stake, especially when it comes to trans rights. Where you are in society as a Black trans woman, how are you seeing things politically play out, or what would you like to see play out in this time as a Black trans woman who has saw so much already?
Damn, that was
Healthcare-wise,
heavy.
it's a lot.
That was a lot. I felt it. I heard the.
Shane is
like a mouthful in
Shane
so
is
many
like,
ways.
what? You're this professional?
You know,
I know you with that.
there's a lot we can say in that.
Listen, let's get that last one more time. Hold on. Sorry, I got my buttons. I messed it around. We got too much gadgets in here.
Yes.
It's a lot. But I mean, in the sense of just life itself as a trans person and a Black trans woman, and seeing the future proceed and what's going on, I think we need to talk more. I mean, I think somewhere between COVID and trans issues, and Trumponomics, and
I like that word.
the ending of an era where we had a Black president that was doing so much. I think racism is still playing a big base of our presidency, even though we have a leprechaun and we have an elder in office. You know, when we have somebody old as God in office trying to stand up and
Girl, you
fight
get those
for our
Twitter
rights.
fingers just slamming on the keyboard. What did she say?
And that, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Just gonna sip my
you know,
water
this
for that.
man. I'm sorry.
Let me get a.
Bruh. I mean, this man can barely stand to the podium, and when he's standing at the podium, half the time you don't know whether he's reading it or whether he's asleep. And it's just, I mean, we sending millions of dollars over to another country when you got homeless people living on the streets and you got empty warehouses where it's like, okay, right now we live in LA and we have, I don't know how many empty warehouses in the art district, but you got you're talking about, we got the build apartments. You got warehouses you can work from the inside out to build where you can support some of these homeless folks on the street. Yeah. Matter of fact, don't worry about contractors or construction workers. Grab the homeless folks off the street that got trade skills that haven't been able to put them to use because they're homeless.
Yeah.
And can't get a job, you know?
Yeah.
Have them go into these buildings and say, okay, you do the work. We help you do the work. We'll supply products and everything else.
Build it, you own it.
We build this, and that covers some of your rent, you know? At least these people have a place now.
That's actually genius.
But you're not going to say, no, we need to build an apartment. So now we got this buy area. We got to buy a lot. We got to get products.
Zone it,
and everything else to be able to support a building for homeless folks.
Yeah.
What the use is that when you got 13 buildings that are empty?
Yeah.
You know? I just don't get it. You know, when our country is supposed to be one of the most wealthiest.
Allegedly.
When they say we wealthy as we are, allegedly. And we blow money on everybody else but our own, allegedly. It makes us look really bad.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we want to sit and talk about other countries and their product of how they work with their communities. But as a homeless person, I can go to Amsterdam and I might live my days on the street during the daytime. But when night fall, they protect their people. They put them in shelter and in housing. They put them in their empty hotels and give them a room for the night.
Yeah.
Their health care is paid for. I don't have to fight to get my health care. You know, here we have to fight and pay out of pocket. I got to pay in order to keep from dying.
And it's tied to a job usually too.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
So if you don't work, then you don't get really good health care because they're getting that all out of your check anyway. They don't tell you that. You know, when mama tell you to go get your first job, she don't tell you, You got income taxes coming out of that sucker that
FICA.
you gonna send, that they gonna send to another country to fight for some oil that we're not gonna get.
Yeah.
They don't tell you we're gonna blow up somebody else's house and that money paid for it. You know, you'll get an eighth of it, but the rest of it is going to take care of somebody else instead of going into SSI when you get 65 to be able to take care of you. You know, we're talking about funds we don't have medically and for our own people, but we're sending taking care of everybody else. Where's the smarts in that? You know, but back it up. Because that was kind of heavy.
Can you back it up?
Hey, we're getting heavy. We're getting everywhere.
But so when we talk about those political parts of society that we're missing out on because of the stuff that they don't want you to see, you know, they're not talking about how we're not talking about HIV and AIDS anymore. You know, PrEP might be the big subject, but people are still getting infected every day.
Right.
You know, so that's stuff we don't talk about. And that's being covered by racism and targetnessism and Trumpism and Bidenism and all the racism that's going around. Bruh. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to say, as a Black trans woman, not even as a Black trans woman, as a Black human being in America, when I watch April, I believe that was April 6th, when I saw all those, and I want y'all to hear me when I say it, because I'm not going to hide
January
it.
6th.
January 6th.
January 6th.
Don't get the date wrong, because they'll be in they'll be like, it was January, okay? You got it wrong.
But hey, it didn't make a difference
April
either
is
way.
420, okay?
But that's when I need to smoke a blunt. Yeah. But I'm going to say, you know, when I sit in my room and watch all those people, you know, take over the White House, so to speak, you know, I'm going to honestly say, if that had been a bunch of Black folks, we'd have all been shot. Oh, that's just serious. Any other race, we'd have been shot. I mean, think about, okay, now I'm going to put it to you clearly. You know, if you want to think about it, this is January, right?
Yeah.
What month are we celebrating this year?
Martin Luther
This
King.
month. Right, okay. Now I want you to take it back even further. When we had the Martin Luther King March on Washington, think about the reports and think about some of the research they did in order to be able to stop that march from happening.
They sent German Shepherd dogs.
They literally
to
fought to stop
and
that march from happening
and hoses
on
and
Washington.
Yeah.
And we still fought through that.
Right.
But
wow.
Look at what they had. And that was then when we knew we were at risk.
Yeah.
Today, when we thought we might be able to fight through some stuff, because you know the young people today don't give a damn. They'll fight first. I can't see young people today during slavery. It just ain't gonna work. A lot of us have been dead, hung, all that.
We would have talked back. We would have not made it.
You want me to do what?
Speak on it. Speak on it. Because, whoo.